I will give you the most easiest way to manifest any specific person, your divine counterpart, the person you think is the one for you, maybe even your twin flame. And by doing that, all you have to do is to ask yourself 3 very simple questions. Are you ready? Okay, the first question is, what would I think if I were already with this specific person, with the love of my life? What would the most beautiful relationship that is healthy, of course, where everybody is loyal and honest and loving, what would that look like? And then you actively think those thoughts. But at the same time, you stop thinking the thoughts that you would not think if you were with them in the best version, where you know you can trust them completely. They show up, all of the good stuff, the best side of them. You would not be worrying, you would not miss them, you would not think about the lack, you would not talk bad about them with your friends. That needs to stop completely, because you always manifest your dominant assumptions, and the thoughts you keep on thinking are turning into your assumptions. Instead, what would you think if you were with them? And here I'm going to give you 3 different versions, you could say. The first one is you simply affirm how you would like them to show up. My person always makes me feel loved. And instead of my person, you obviously say their name. It is so easy for my person to always be there. It is so easy for my person to express his or her love to me. I'm always my person's number 1 priority, and so on. The second thing you could do is you watch your inner monologue, and that is basically your thoughts you have throughout the day. Just make sure you think about them in the best way. You know, the affirmation is more structured. You pick 1, 2, 3 affirmations and you repeat them constantly. And people like me who are maybe a bit more creative or who don't like repetitiveness, you just have this inner monologue. Something like, I'm so glad that my person, he is always thinking of me. He is always there for me. I am so happy that I am in this relationship with my person, and the way they show up for me, it always makes me feel loved. You can do it like this, that you just randomly state whatever pops into your mind, or you can pick 1 specific thing that you would like them to change, for example. It could be something about having the same interest or a specific traits they have and that you would like to experience with them. Either way, just whenever you're cooking, cleaning, whatever, you have this little downtime, you can have the inner monologue about yourself, about how you feel also being in this relationship. The third thing you can do is you have an inner dialogue with them. So this time it is not just you rambling, you could say, about being in this relationship, you know, having this little rampage. Now you're having a conversation with them. It could be inner conversations about things you would actually like to experience with them. But important is, don't have the kind of inner conversations where you try to resolve problems with them, because we go to the end. We go to the best version. There is no problems. Of course, you can have inner conversations about things that are important to you. Let's pick, for example, wanting to move to another country. And then you hear them say that they want the same thing, for example, and you make active plans. But it could be something completely benign, like you're cooking and you imagine them being with you and they say, oh my God, that looks and smells so good. Or when you're watching a show on TV, then you talk to them as you may do if you were watching a movie or a show with someone, you know, like rooting for a person, having those snarky comments, and you hear them reply. So you can do it throughout the day in your everyday life. Invite them in. Say good morning to them. Say good night to them. And always hear them respond in the best and most perfect way that you would like them to respond in real life. But the next question is, what would I do if I was already in my happiest relationship with them? And I know we always say go to the end, but here I would say go to this place where you are happy together, but maybe you're not living together yet, because you might be living in a completely different space from where you are living right now. So this is easier if with this task you just go to the place where they frequently visit you. And I know even though we say live in the end, there is steps to go there and we don't want to control the steps, but you can imagine that part where you don't feel like it's completely out there because you are in your natural habitat. So what you can do is, what would you do if you were with your person in this happy relationship? First of all, you would make sure your apartment or your living space is neat and clean because they can come over to visit you at any time. Maybe you would wear specific underwear that you would like them to see you in. Maybe you would shave your legs, shave your beard if you have one, style your hair. You probably wouldn't have the laundry basket on their side of the bed. Maybe you know that they like a specific kind of drink, like some kind of soda, and then you can make sure you have a can of that in your fridge because you expect them to come over at any time. Maybe you have a pair of slippers so they don't get cold feet, or a bathrobe, or a specific mug just for them. You can purchase little items. They don't have to be expensive, just something that implies, I have this person, my person comes over all the time, and I want my person to be comfortable here. If you would like to go more to the end, or also just in this phase where I just was, you can also do other things. For example, you can research on what kind of trips you could take or vacations that you would like to go on with them. You don't have to actually book anything and spend that money, but you just do the research, and you know in your brain the same areas are getting activated no matter if you really experience something or you just vividly imagine it. And imagination doesn't have to mean literal images. If you can't imagine with images, that is fine too. Do it and then imagine going on that trip. Experience it in your mind. Those are just examples. Ask yourself, what would I do if I was already in this happy relationship? If you notice a lot of resistance coming up, then I would have to say it may not be the perfect time to manifest them actively. Then it may still be the time where you better your self-concept, because if in your subconscious mind there are still old fears, we want to get rid of them because that will then help your manifestation to come faster. And you are in luck if that is the case, because I have created the perfect ebook for you. It is my revision scripts, and in those I teach you everything you need to know about revision, and I even give you templates you then can apply to your own situation, and then you can reprogram old scenarios that were maybe not that good, so that you prepare your subconscious mind to expect the good things to show up in your life now. You will find a link to those in the description box below. But let's go to the third question. What would I feel if I were already in this relationship with them? Maybe there's words popping into your mind like, I would feel loved, happy, content, relaxed. Write those words down and then ask yourself, what can I do right now to evoke those feelings? I mean, you probably have someone who loves you, even if it's just a pet or friends or family members. Spend time with them. Have fun with them. Even if this is not connected to your person, it will help you to step into the feeling. If you have a pet and you cuddle with them, look into their little eyes and just see the love they have for you, and then bathe in it, bathe in the feeling of being loved. Or you just come up with scenes, any kind of scenes that you would like to experience with your person. Those that evoke this nice feeling, the feeling of being loved, happy, priority, whatever it is within you. But you can even enhance that by listening to music that gets you into that state. Maybe you already have your songs that you immediately know, yes, this song always gets me into that feeling. Or you can go to my channel, Janine Nicole Manifest with Music. The link is in the description box, because there you will find many songs that are just designed to get you into this state. Some are like scripted scenes turned into songs. Then there's affirmation song. There's different kind of songs and different genres. You can pick the genre you like, and all of those are there to evoke that feeling within you, because music is so powerful to awaken those feelings within ourselves or to strengthen them. And then you can use that and build on it by thinking of your person. Or maybe you find those little video clips, let's say, of people who were separated and now they see each other for a long time and they're picking the other person up from the airport and they're super emotional. If you also get positive emotional when you watch those, do it. your body will produce those happy hormones, and then you can use that feeling, hijack it, and then think about your person in that state, with those feelings. Your brain won't know that you used this tool, the music or the clips, to get into that state. It will just know, oh wow, we have now this happy feeling, we're thinking about that person, and your brain will connect those two together. So the more you can be in the feeling of feeling loved, happy, content, happy that they're in your life, the faster it will manifest into your real life. By the way, I also offer personalized songs in the genre of your choice about your specific situation to help you get into the state in the most possibly fastest way. You can reach out. There is a link in the description box. Also, of course, you can reach out for coaching. However, I already said it, if all of this evokes more negative feelings, it is time to still work on your self-concept first. I can help you with that in coaching, or check out this video popping up right now.